the family, peace to the Lions, peace to the gods, peace to the tribe. Y'all already know who the fuck it is, Marnie, aka Osiris himself in the flesh, real life God in the flesh. So family, we gonna get straight into the video. You know, Spirit has been giving me downloads. I've been really silent, just been paying attention to what Spirit has been showing in the ethers, what Spirit was presenting, what's going on in these asteroids, in these different realms, different dimensions and galaxies, right? So, I'm gonna just speak clearly from this. This generation, I'm gonna tell you why they say this is the last generation. Why we as the indigenous people and really us as a generation, this generation is why is this the last generation. You gotta understand, everything that we've been through, our ancestors been through, it ends and it ends here. Like there's no more of what our ancestors were programmed to. Is no more of this religion. It's no more of this duties. Where it's no more. It's no existence of it no more. All this shit is being erased. We are moving to a whole new timeline. This is the generations. All this behind this trauma and all this shit that our ancestors dealt with, all that shit is behind. So leading up to here, being the last generation, it's no more moving forward with this. No, we gotta extend. We gotta extend. We gotta break free. We gotta break free. You know, and I'm about to really give my family the gems because I see like Spirit has been really putting this on my mind. I just really been silent, not saying shit. I just been observing, listening, right? This generation is powerful. This generation is, I'm gonna be so transparent. This generation is really powerful to a point like we powerful enough. We are powerful to see some shit for what it is. Like we're speaking some shit that we know, and it's like we have to follow through with our action, and therefore we are powerful. We just unaware of it, and it really makes us weak. It makes us weak. And I'm gonna say what makes us weak. Like this generation, I'm gonna speak clear. This generation is weak. It's weak. Like when I mean it's weak, we don't have what our ancestors had in the past, right? They killed our grandparents off. Understand that, right? They killed our ancestors off. They killed our grandparents off. So now, even being here now, you got to understand, they killed our grandparents off at a young age. That tough love in the community that we've been missing, that discipline, all that shit has been gone. So therefore, it made this generation a little bit more weaker to a point like, y'all remember how as kids, for the 2000 babies, right? I'm a 2000 baby. For the 2000 babies, y'all remember how the parents and shit, like fathers and shit like that, if we get into the fight with a kid around our neighborhood, we not fighting and going crying in the house. Like, no, we got to put on the gloves and fight. And then after we fight, we got to hug each other. We got to make amends with that shit. You remember how that? Or remember how your grandparents and shit, they give you tough love and shit, and they discipline you? Like, in school and shit, like, I'm going to be honest, like, in school, for me, they like, whoopings now, getting whooped now from how you did back then is much more lingering. It's much more, it leaves a space for, because now you can get whooped and that whooping won't mean nothing, because guess what, look how much as this generation we have. It's not, oh, I'm whooping, you can't go outside. The kids not going outside anyway. The kids are not going outside. You whoop your child, whip. Guess what, they not pressed to go outside. You tell them they can't go outside. Guess what, they got the computers, they got games, they got multiple stuff, they got technology. They got technology now. So it's not like how in the past when you whip your child, you can't go outside for such much, you punishment, you can't go outside. That hurts differently than now. You whoop your child now, they not pressed to go outside. They got technology. They stay in the fucking house all day, you fucking let them. Let's be honest. And this makes a mentally solved. Like, I'm not mentally solved because now their discernment on what's right from wrong is confused. Like, look how they got us, the community. They really got us attacking each other. Now, in this generation, nowadays, you say some shit to them wrong, they looking at you wrong. They ready to shoot your ass. They ready to fight your ass. They ready to jump your ass. They ready to move like that. And you got to also understand, too, behind this generation is very powerful energy. Like, these generations, they feel this shit for this generation. They feel that shit already. They feel that energy. They feel that chaos that our ancestors felt. But it's about teaching them how to direct that energy. They looking this like they feeling this energy because a motherfucker looked at them wrong, or they gotta go to rob a nigga, or they gotta kill somebody. No, this power that they feel behind them, this chaos that they feel behind them, is backed by their ancestors. Now, what makes them mentally weak is that they look at each other as the enemy. They look at each other as the enemy. That's why I say it's no discipline in the community. For me growing up, my grandparents, they would discipline me. They tell me you can't do that, like not even limiting me. Like if I know it's my bedtime and shit like that, and they know I got a TV in the room, guess what they gonna come do? They gonna turn the TV off in the room, tell me to face that wall. You hear me? Like face that wall, go to bed. Real shit. They tell me face that wall, go to bed. Or even how in school and shit. I'm not sure if y'all deal with this, but for me in school and shit, my teachers and shit, my aftercare teachers and shit, they made us do wall sits. You had to sit on the wall like this for 5 minutes. Motherfuckers get their crown on the wall. That's what I mean. Like, we are the last generation. The shit that our ancestors dealt with, they killed our grandparents off at a young age because they already knew. They already knew that energies that's falling behind them, they got to pour into this next generation. Our grandparents and shit, they already was prepared for the shit that needs to be poured into us. So therefore, they attacked out these hospitals, the system. They attacked our grandparents at a young age. A lot of our grandparents transcended young. They was in their 60s, 40s, 50s, 70s. They transcended young. So you got to understand the mental. You hear me? You got to understand how they fucked up our mental and shit like that. Like even to a point, boom. This how nervous I can speak on it, right? And this me speaking from my soul because I can see how this generation is lazy. Like boom, motherfuckers got weed and shit. Motherfuckers like they won't do the things that they want. They won't apply the action that they need to apply on their life for the life to be. Motherfuckers, they sit back, smoke weed all day. You hear me? Making them lazy as shit because they not doing nothing. They abusing. For one, marijuana is a herb. It's a remedy. It's something that helps heals your body. But if you overindulging in that shit, your mind becomes cloud, right? Your mind becomes foggy. Your lungs, like you can't think properly. So you just abusing. I'm just smoking and shit. And you sitting around all fucking day not doing shit with your life. Not doing shit with your life. It makes you lazy. You get complacent. You go to what's comfortable. You go to what's comfortable. You go back into what's comfortable. I go back into my habits. All these different addictions, drugs, you hear me? Alcohol, want to stay up, day party, people pleasing, all this shit is comfortable. It's comfortable. Therefore, it makes you lazy because you're not going to take the step that you need to achieve the life that you want, right? I'm going to speak for me. I'm going to always reflect my family, right? Because I could have fell into that. So I'm speaking from experience. When I first got out of school, I did not know what the fuck it is I wanted to do with my life. I stayed in my room all day, playing the game, slept all day, ate all day. You hear me? I wasn't a smoker. I wasn't a smoker at the time. Like I wasn't smoking weed. I wasn't indulging this at the time. It's that I was always in my room, playing the game, sleeping, eating. Playing the game, sleeping, eating. Living under my parents' house, playing the game, sleeping, and eating all fucking day. I didn't have no responsibilities. That's all I'm doing. And I'm the oldest child in my family. That's the oldest child. So as everything started going, right, boom, shout out to Rashad Wall, because I'm always getting credit where credit due. It's like I'm gonna get into that. Like they really got us attacking each other. For y'all who doesn't know that Rashad Jamal is Anubis, I want to say I kind of feel sorry for y'all, but I don't though. I really don't, because it's to a point like everything that's going on now that led up to now, like y'all gotta understand, bruh. Before God, I didn't hear nobody else saying we got the information that God presented. I didn't hear nobody else speaking on this. I didn't hear nobody else saying we gods and gods. When I got out of school, it was none of that. Motherfuckers telling me I gotta go to college, I gotta go to school. I ain't hear nobody on the internet, nobody nowhere saying we gods and gods. So when reflection came across our timeline and telling everybody we gods and goddesses, guess what they did to me? Like, damn, we gods and goddesses. I want to spread this information. You hear me? I want to spread this information. It gave me that boost of life because deep down my soul already knew it. He just reflected to me and brought it up to the surface. When that happens, it's like I'm outside. Like, you hear me? I used to be in the room sleeping all day, playing the game, eating. When I found out we gods and goddesses, and I started tapping in with the lecture, started meditating, started going deep within self, and applying the information that I was getting, the knowledge, the wisdom that I was getting, to go within myself to find who I am. It's like I'm outside. Peace, God. Peace, God. I got a smile. I got that my soul. I felt my soul. I tapped into my soul. So the fact that I know that we gods and goddesses, I want to spread the information to my people. We gods and goddesses. We gods and goddesses. Like, give my people a different view on life. And that's what reflection did. He gave everybody a different view on life. Motherfuckers looking at him, oh, he's this and he's that. But they don't see the bigger picture. And this is why God is Anubis. Because Anubis realized, y'all, because Anubis, right? the god of mummification, the god of the underworld, right? The god of the underworld, he helps you transition through the underworld to the next phase of life. Motherfuckers do not understand this system and this world that we grew up in is a death trap. It's a death trap. Motherfuckers keep repeating the same cycle of this world. I need to get money. I gotta apply for this. None of this shit is natural at all to the planet. Like, y'all motherfuckers do not understand it. None of this shit is not natural. So when reflection came across everybody's path saying we gods and goddesses, and I ain't hear this shit from nobody else. I don't give a fuck. Reflection helped me understand deeply who I am. I don't give a fuck. Nobody else said we was gods and goddesses. No one else put us on like that. So I don't give a fuck what none of y'all saying, right? So right. You gotta understand Anubis. When you transition from this physical, you gotta understand spiritually. When you transition from this 3D world into the afterlife, you have to go through that. You gotta leave all the, you know how it moves and shit like that. You gotta leave. You gotta detach from all this shit that what you thought was material, what you thought was wealth. You gotta let go all this 3D shit. You gotta let go all these 3D attachments. You gotta let go of the fame. You gotta let go of that job. You gotta let go of that girlfriend. You gotta let all that shit go, because these are attachments 3D that's hindering you. You may not see how it's dimming your soul and it's dimming your light, but it is though. So when you transition to the high dimensions, to the underworld, right? You got Anubis there. He's guiding you. So that means, like, as you going through the underworld, because it's 3D, it's the underworld. You already in the underworld. So when you rise up to your higher self, which is higher spiritual realms and dimensions within yourself, you start to see like what you once stood on, a foundation that you once stood on is no longer there. So I gotta take this process going to the underworld, and Anubis, he guides you through the underworld. It's like you taking like you on the boat, right? You just transcend the boom. You on the boat, and this fog, you going across the foggy lake, and the person that's on the boat is the craftsman, it's Anubis, and he's guiding you across the foggy waters. And the foggy waters is the emotions, the traumas, everything that you dealt with, everything that your ancestors dealt with, your mind. You have to free your mind. Therefore, the water is smoky, it's cloudy, because you have to free your mind. Once you free your mind, you'll see you'll move into calmer waters. Oh, it's real like this is old right here. This is the old world right here. You realize go across calmer waters. How they say the grass is green on the other side. That world and that reality that foundation that you once stood on, that you thought was, oh, you got this and you got that, all that material value and shit, you gotta let go of that shit. Because where you are leading, what Anubis is leading you to, where you going for yourself and meditating, what spirit is leading you to, spirit is leading you to a brighter reality, to a whole new world. The grass is green on the other side. Right? So, reflecting. This generation is weak because there's no discipline. There's no will. Motherfuckers not being taught discipline. Motherfuckers not being taught willpower. Motherfuckers ain't taught determination. You hear me? Drive. Motherfuckers ambition. Motherfuckers not using that. Motherfuckers, when shit get hard, motherfuckers, they turn the other way. Man, this shit too hard. I'm going back to where I know it's comfortable. Life is a journey. Life is all about trials and tribulation. How do you know it's something work for you if you're not willing to put in? How do you expect yourself to have that job? How do you expect yourself to have that business? You want to be an entrepreneur? How do you expect yourself to have that if you're not willing to do the hard shit in life? If you want to get into your God body, how do you expect yourself to get there if you're not willing to push through that hard work? And all of this is mental. It's 90% spiritual and 10% mental. You got to understand that. There's no physical here. It's 90% spiritual. Therefore, if I can see it, if I can envision it, therefore I can believe it. If I can envision something I want my life to be, if I can put all my belief and my faith, all the actions that into it, like boom. Spiritually, I see where I want my life to be. I can envision where I want my life to be. I'm speaking affirmation. I'm meditating on what my life. I'm bringing it into fruition. It's mental. Okay, 90% spiritual. Everything got as above, so below. Everything starts in the spiritual realm first, and then materialize. And the way you materialize is through your mind. 10% mental, 90% spiritual, 10% mental. Every energy, it's all about energy. It's all about energy. And this is what I mean, y'all. Like, this is what I mean. It's about using this. They didn't enslave us. They never enslaved us physically. It was all mental. mental. If I could get in your motherfucking head, this is how they look at it. They're all oppressors. Oh, if we could get in their head, make them look at each other as the enemy, give them a Bible, so they won't believe in the powers that they believe in, the powers that be within them, to realize that they are God. Then this is people, they are God. Let's give them a Bible talking about there's a white God. God is white. Jesus is white. Someone above is gonna come down here and save you. You are your own savior. You gotta understand. When we came, when we came from out the cosmos, being birthed into this realm, your soul has a blueprint on the time, the date of birth. It chose you chose your family, you chose the lessons you gotta go. You chosen all this. You are your own savior. Look at it like this. All the shit and trauma that you dealt with as a child, right? All the trauma, all the abandonment, all the shit that you dealt with as a child, right? And now look at 10 years later, right? You at your spiritual journey. You don't understand that your higher self is what your childhood, your younger version of yourself prayed for. You know how as kids and shit, I can't wait till I'm old enough. I can't wait till I'm grown so I can do this and do that. That's you speaking from your higher self, because your inner child knows that you are the only one that can supply for him. You are the only one that know what your inner child needs. You are the only one that know what your inner child deserves. You are the only one that can love that inner child. You are the only one. These motherfuckers around you, they just lessons. Oh, your parents, your mothers, your brother, your sister, your family, your relatives, they only lessons. And this is why they mean about the rise up to Christ consciousness. This is why the natal chart is important, because guess what? You come down here to master every sign of the zodiac sign. You are the 13th zodiac sign. You come down here to master the elements, earth, air, fire, and water. You come down here to master that. You come down here to master that. So therefore, when you come down, you gotta lower your frequencies. So when you lower your energy and your energetic frequency, your energy goes into these people around you, because they are here to teach you lessons about yourself. So once you gain a lesson and you're like, damn, my physical parents, you know, they water signs and shit like that. So they teach me how to master my emotions, how to be more empathetic, how to be more caring, how to be more nurturing to myself. So boom, once you understand that lesson, boom, you have mastered that element of water. So therefore, you will have to go and continue on the path on learning how to use your abilities. If you got parents that's fire signs, they would teach you how to tap into passion, how to use your drive, how to use your ambition. And now this is you channeling their willpower, solar plex energy of the fire sign. So now my will is strong. So now you are mastering the element of fire by knowing that, okay, they reflecting my will and my drive, and I realize that, damn, I got a strong ass willpower. If I can see it and I can envision it, oh, my fire behind it, oh yeah, I'm taking straight action. And it's like, you hear me? And you gotta master it. As you realize this, you are mastering your abilities as you go. So it's like, all right, boom, I'm gonna say this for example. It's like, so I'm gonna use this for example. Say like you so content, you used to being under your parents, you know, cause that's how I grew. I used to be under my parents and shit like that. Like they always kept me in my house. I'm gonna use myself for example. My parents always kept me in my house. I was always sick. I was always the kid that was laying on my deathbed and shit. I was so fragile. And it's like the fact that I used to be under my parents and shit like that, you know, they kept me from, they didn't want me to be outside. They told me I couldn't get into sports. The system told me I couldn't get into sports. If I get into any physical activity, I could die. Now look at me. You know, I used to be under my parents. So it's like I'm like this at the water. I'm playing with the water. I'm putting my feet in the water. Knowing your main elemental sign helps you use the discernment. I'm a Cancer, right? You are the 13th zodiac sign, right? So I'm a Cancer. So it's like I'm at the water. I'm just looking at the water, gazing to the water, like the water beautiful. I see this side of where I'm at, and I'm appreciative, and I'm grateful for everything I have over here. But my mind is like this. What's on the other side? I'm not in the child like, what's that over there? Motherfuckers like, nah, you good. Don't even look over it. Stay right here. The people I'm around, the people that you're around that want to keep you comfortable, like, nah, you good. Stay right here. But your mind, your spirit, your soul is leading. Like there's mind, spirit, and soul. It's like, what's on the other side? Your inner child, like, what's over there? Your optimism. You know, you very optimistic. So he's like, what's on the other side? I wonder what's on the other side. Motherfuckers want to keep you right here. But once you realize with the lesson that they teaching you, and it's like you got your wings come in, like, cause you flying away from that, you mastering yourself. So now you flying to the other side. It's like, wow, it's so much more beautiful over here. It's so much more brighter over here. damn, I've been over there for so long, and now it's like I've been hiding from this. I've been missing this part of life for so long because I've been so complacent on what I haven't been stuck in what I know is comfortable. It's like, nah, you gotta step out your comfort zone. You gotta step out the nest. You are a dragon. You are a dragon. You hear me? You are a dragon. The dragon's not gonna stay in the nest once you hatch. You hear me? You are a dragon. The dragon's not gonna stay in the nest once you hatch. Go ahead, flap your wings. You hear me? You have that drive. You have that fire. You have that spark within you to create the life that you desire. To create realms, dimensions, universes, multiverses, worlds. You hear me? Real live. And I say this with a passion because where I'm at right now on my journey, I give credit where credit is due. Shout out to Rashad Jamal. Because if God didn't come across my path, I would have been stuck in this generation. I would have been stuck with everybody else. Oh, I'm smoking and shit. I'm working 9 to 5 jobs. You hear me? I'm tired of shit. I'm barely making it in life. I'm paying my bills and shit. I would have been stuck in the trauma that my parents is stuck into. I would have been stuck in the generational trauma that my parents, my grandparents were stuck into. Alcoholism, consuming alcohol, addiction, people pleasing. Rashad, reflection, Anubis, divine insight, he came across my path and showed me a whole new world. He showed me a whole new world. I would have been still sick on my motherfucking deathbed if reflection didn't come across my timeline giving this information. So for those who aim at arrows at reflection, y'all are missing out on the bigger picture. They want us to keep going against each other. They want us to keep fighting against each other. Yeah, there's discernment. Yeah, there's discernment, but you gotta also use your discernment. Am I applying the knowledge, the wisdom that's been given around me to create the life that I want for myself? Or am I just staying complacent on right here on my circle, what I know to be best for me, because I'm too afraid to step out my circle? You gotta break free from that root chakra, and that's all reflection has been reflecting to us. Break free from that fear. Release the fear. Because there's fear. If you fearing, motherfuckers, they gonna come for your ass every time. They gonna come for your ass every time. If you fearing to fight back, if you're afraid to fight back, they gonna come for your ass every time. Like literally, they gonna come for you every time because you are afraid to fight back. And they know that you are afraid to fight back. They know that. They know that. Once you break free from that root chakra and you start opening yourself, awakening to what this world really is and what this world could be and what your reality could be for you. You start to see that shit. Your vision, your drive, your energy just changed and it's glow differently. Like if y'all could go down the timeline, y'all could see how I was as far as like me on my journey, before my journey. Now look at me now. I'm more confident in my ability and I speak with passion. I speak with passion. And guess what? What's it called? COINTELPRO. That reflects we're talking about. They don't want to see the next Messiah rise up in the community. That shit is real, bruh. That shit is real. When Rashad Jamal gave us information that we gods and gods, I'm outside telling people we gods and gods. I'm having fun. We gods and gods. I'm enjoying it. And the more I develop my journey, I understand. Like I came across karmic people who was here to set out like because karmic simply means lesson. And these karmic people, they follow you from lifetime to lifetime to stop you from going into tapping into your power, to your abilities. So as I started seeing it, so now I learned the lesson. So now I'm fully embracing myself. I still see that energy around. You got motherfuckers that would slander your name. You hear me? Motherfuckers would slander your name behind closed doors. He's that. Because these motherfuckers don't want to see you rise up to your higher self because they know the powers that you hold within you. And therefore, you knowing the powers that you hold within you, we are in new energy. We are a completely new energy. There's not going to be no more this 3D world. The natural way of the land, the natural way of the universe is going back to the rightful owner, the gods and goddesses. And this is what they mean, like, oh, kingdom spouse. This is why it's important, like, when you go into, like, your divine relationship or divine union with your partner, y'all are going to become gods and goddesses, real, like, kings and queens, emperors and empress of the universe. Y'all going to have, like, kingdoms and shit. Well, y'all going to have people who seeking information and guidance. They're going to come towards you. Because guess what? Y'all are going to be the new leaders. Why you think all this shit happening with celebrities? Celebrities falling. You and your divine kingdom spouse, y'all are going to be the new celebrities. You got to understand that shit. It's no more of their agendas that's going to be moving. It's no more of this shit moving forward. That's why you got to break free from that fear. Because you fearing, you stuck. You stuck. It's no more of that. Spirit's not having that no more. Spirit is eradicating shit. Spirit don't give a fuck if you was a chosen one, you was on your path. If you moving unrighteously, you got to get eradicated. And that's how spirit moving. That's how spirit moving, because it's no more of that negative energy that's going to be. We're in a whole new energy. We are in a whole new energy. And this is where I can speak for my soul, because now that I found myself and understand that, damn, I was, my past life, I was Osiris. I'm Osiris. Oh, shit. That's why everything I dealt with in my past life, now I'm reflecting on who is Osiris and everything, you hear me? And I'm putting the pieces of like, damn, everything I dealt with in this lifetime was a reflection of my past lifetime, and I had to heal from it. I had to break free from that karmic connection. So now, being here now, me in my power, I'm in my power, and I can see the energy. I can see the energy. So now the fact that I can see the energy that came, you know, with everything, like before these people invaded, I can see this ancient energy. I can see this ancient ancestral energy that's within me. I can see it. So now we move into new energies. Boom, we're in new energies. The fact that I know how to operate in the energies that was already here, we move into new energies. Guess what? Guess what? It's going to be easy for us to manifest. That's why they say know thyself. You got to understand who your soul, what's in your soul. You got to understand your soul. So moving to these new energies, we're not moving off of the physical world. We are strictly moving from spirit, soul, and spirit. We are elemental beings. We not moving off of this physical world. We moving our soul and spirit. That means like if spirit like you going through obstacles in spirit, like take that leap of faith. Take that leap of faith. What are you getting out of this situation and standing around people who don't care about you? Standing around people who don't value you. Standing around people who don't respect who you are, respect your energy. These motherfuckers, they going against everything you saying and they're going against everything that you want to build for your life. And you have to gotta let it go. You gotta really transmute and let it go. So now you can step into your higher self and just find yourself. Like, I feel like that's it I want to say, but I feel like it's more though. Like my soul just wanted to speak. I've been silent. I've been so silent, just paying attention, watching things for what it is. And then it's like my throat chakra was open to a point. I really want to speak with some shit, and it's like I really am going to speak with some shit. For like really, shout out to Rashad Jamal. All credit. I gotta give credit what credit is due. Motherfuckers wasn't saying that we was gods and goddesses before, but I never heard nobody say we gods and goddesses. I never heard nobody say we gods and goddesses. Once I really heard that, and that did something to my soul. It really, we gods and goddesses. Damn, now I'm outside. Everybody, we gods, we goddesses, we gods, we goddesses. And Spirit's like, all right, Marty, you got the information. Yeah, I see the light. I seen the light. I was like, everything love and light. We gods and goddesses. That's me, light. Everything light, everything light. When that shadow worked, when that darkness hit, Spirit's like, sit your ass down, Marty. You about to go on this roller coaster right here. Buckle up. You hear me? Buckle up. I realized Spirit was like, buckle up. And it's like, as soon as I hit that darkness, I had to realize. Now I had to realize, like, yeah, we gods and gods. That darkness came. What makes me a god? What makes us gods? What makes us gods? I had to tap into that information with myself. How do you do that? I meditated. I journeyed. I read affirmations. I let go of things that Spirit was telling me let go. I let go of all these toxic habits, all these toxic family members, all this gossip, all this drama. I had to let that shit go. I had to let go of all this shit that I was attached to, that was attached to my energy. I had to cut these cords. So now the fact that I'm cutting these cords, I'm more light. Ma'at. Is your heart as light as a feather? Ma'at. Is your heart as light as a feather? You got to let go of these detachments to tap into your Christ conscious, your crown chakra. Because if you attach to this worldly thing, these worldly things, you are not tapping into your higher self. You are not tapping into higher knowledge or advanced technologies within you. You're not tapping into your soul because you're so attached. You gotta let go of these attachments to tap into your higher self. And that's where I'm gonna leave it off at, fam. Like, if there's a part 2 that needs to be touched on, or for those who wanna, who wanna get deeper or just, more information, like, I open myself up to my family, like, connect with the God. I'm here to help my family grasp and understand themselves. Therefore, I understand myself. I want to help my family. I still want to spread the message. It's like, I fully embrace that darkness now within my soul, and I see the light. And it's like, I want to still help others understand themselves so they can see the light. And I want to help others embrace that darkness so they can see the light, so they can see what they want to create for their life, rather than just being stuck in cycles, karmic cycles, and keep repeating this shit over and over. You deserve a chance, a fresh start in life. You deserve a chance in life. You deserve to know who you are. Why keep repeating the same cycles over and over and over and over and over when there's a whole new energy here to help you and assist you to create the life that you want for yourself? And that's all I had to say. Peace to the gods. Love.